first video on Kallay Bros and Cryptos. I'm Shane Kallay. Just to give you a brief synopsis of what this channel is and what we look to do is, I'm a teacher. I teach 7th grade. Nothing special. I don't have any crazy background in computer science or anything like that, but I did graduate from college with a middle level education degree, with concentrations in math and science. And I first got into Bitcoin in 2017, and I've been actively every day, at least 10 to 15 hours a week, have been following the space, following news stories, following different influencers, and reading books, documentaries, and basically any information that is out there has been fair game for me and being able to learn more about blockchain technology. And I really think it's the future. I want to be able to help whoever is watching this out. I know for me, getting into the space as someone who wasn't super nerdy, super geeky with computers and stuff like that, I know a lot of the areas that I struggled, right? And I want to try to help the average Joe, the average person, kind of have a little bit better understanding of the cryptocurrency space, and all that it has to offer. All right.
Yeah, no, I like it. And you are super nerdy, just not with computers. So right. Yeah.
I'm a geek in about every way that you could imagine.
I was gonna say, yeah. So just to clarify on that, and I'm Ian Kallay, obviously. We are brothers, if that has not been clarified already. Trying to replicate that Alkin Daily stuff. So I came into cryptocurrency. I think I said you and I had talked about it was back in 2019. I got my undergrad in marketing. I got my master's in business administration. And I was interning at Northwestern Mutual, and I talked to our cousin, Ryan, and he, very, very much the computer science guy into crypto early on. And he kind of told us about it, but we weren't, really paying attention much. He actually donated, Shane and I did a bike across the country, and he donated a whole Bitcoin to that to raise money for
2014. We should have hung on to that.
I know, right? It was like $900 at the time. So that's kind of was our first exposure, and then it wasn't long after that we started to really get into a little bit of trading. We had Coinbase accounts back in 2016, 2017, but it wasn't, we didn't spend a lot of time on that. We started talking about it a little bit, a good amount, but it wasn't a lot of conversations. It wasn't a lot of money. We just looked at it like any other kind of investment. Not necessarily cryptocurrency. We didn't understand as a whole. It was just like a commodity or another equity that we were just trading or investing in. And then after that, I got into a bad relationship, so I kind of took a breather from any form of investments at the time. So I kind of stepped away for a bit. And then about 2 years ago, it was like 2019, Shane and I sat down, and he had been still very much diving into this and understanding it. And I was turned on. We watched a couple documentaries, and I'm like, you know what? Oh my gosh, this is going to be freaking huge.
You were so apprehensive at first, though.
Yes, maybe.
Like, oh, why are you dragging me into this?
I know.
Why
I think
you watch this documentary.
It was like when one of your friends is like dying to get you to watch a YouTube video or a documentary. You're like, you got to see this. It's going to be so good. You're like, oh my god, fine, all right. I hate when people make me do stuff. And then I finally sit down and we watch it. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And it was when you told me about the concept of Satoshis, which we'll talk about in another video. But you told me about that, and I thought about that in relation to Bitcoin and how this was mathematically engineered. And that's where I'm like, oh my gosh, this is going to be enormous in the future. So that's kind of when I got turned on. And then same thing as Shane, for the past year and a half or so, full year, we've been spending 20 hours a week just watching other influencers, looking up, following the news, constantly following ebbs and flows of the price, not just Bitcoin, but all the cryptocurrencies really in the top 50.
Dabbling in technical analysis.
Yeah, technical analysis, and really understanding the technology of Bitcoin, not necessarily just it trading as a commodity. Like understanding what is Bitcoin, understanding that. So that's kind of how I got into this. And then, Shane and I, we talked, and we're like, I think there's a big disconnect for the people who don't understand it and don't have time or energy to look into stuff for 20 hours a week and don't really care to and aren't nerdy about it and constantly talk about it. So that's kind of why we're here. I mean, we want to be able to spread the love and freedom that we believe Bitcoin and cryptocurrency brings.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
All right, so if you like what you have to hear, and if you think that this can be helpful to you at all, make sure, this is the first time I'm saying this, and I feel like
hit the like button.
100% authentic, I promise. But yeah, go ahead, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave a comment in the section below, leave a question in the section below, and we look forward to going ahead and answering that and trying to help you on your journey and take the first steps into figuring out what this world of cryptocurrency is.
Amen. Yeah, no, and yeah, just to say off that, spire off that, we want to help you on a personal basis as much as we can. Obviously, we are not a very big channel right now. How many subscribers do we have? 1, 0?
0. We're starting with 0.
But that's the point. I mean, we're two brothers who we found each other talking about cryptocurrency all the time to each other. I'm like, why don't we just start a channel, right? And we kind of decided to do that. And yeah, we want to be able to spread that and help you as much as we can on a personal basis too, not just a channel. So awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Well, thank you. All right, there's our first video. That's a wrap.
That's a wrap, and we'll see you in the next one. All right, have a good one.
Have a good day.